Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of the Big Ring Handicap. This is the London Classique course, the flat course around London on Zwift. For new viewers, the Big Ring Handicap events are weight-based handicaps that bring riders of all varying abilities together and can compete on an even footing. Riders, straight off the bat this week, I'd like to thank what has become a loyal group of riders. There's been a lot of positive feedback online, and we'd love you to continue to share your experiences here on the Big Ring. I think we're really building a great community feel, and there's a lot of supporting and encouraging of each other, and a good banter, which is always good. To this week's riders now, and we'll start as ever with Davies, the Bumblebee and ride leader. We have Ross, Stokes, Plummer, Rowbottom, Leach, Burns, Riddell, Matthews, New, Greco, Dutchy, Mead, Howard and Poplar joining us for the first time out of the United States. Racing is live now then, and we see the group riding along the bank of the Thames. Quite a good group forming up here. Bunching up well. The riders that are used to this race format are doing well now, getting a good group going as we go up the Northumberland Avenue climb. And I think this is worth noting, this can really struggle newcomers if you're new to the event and not paying attention. The nearly 6% gradient can really split the group apart. It's one of those places where you probably are not going to win the event by doing well here, but you may lose it by not paying attention and drifting off the back. As we see some strong riders come to the front, and that's exactly what we have seen. Is Matthews has put on 4 seconds to the chasing group over the top of Northumberland Avenue and onto the main course. The chasing group consists of Davies, the leader, and Golden Shaft is actually doing some work for a change and trying to bring the group back to Matthews. With him is Plummer, Burns, Rowbottom, a couple of other randoms, and it looks like New and Leach, Stokes a few seconds adrift. So this will be interesting. This is very early. Matthews has gone very early. I would be surprised if he can make this stick. Beautiful images there. Looking back over his shoulder, we can see Davies' Golden Shaft. What is now 7 seconds away, so he has put a bit of a gap in, Matthews. So we'll just watch this space. Great imaging here, and we see how the bunch really can work together on Zwift as in real life. And I would expect that they're going to haul in Matthews here sometime shortly. So this will be the group stalking him down. Gaps come down to 3 seconds. From the long shot there we can see, I think it's going to come back together, and Matthews has stopped pedaling in fact, so I think he knows the game is up this far out from the finish. So they'll come back together and we'll see if he can hold on with the group. So Plummer, New, Veach, Davies, Burns and Rowbottom, with Matthews has been spat straight back out the back, so he's 13 seconds off the back. This is him now. Let's hope he can mount a comeback and maybe get back onto that lead group. With him was Greco, Riddell, Mead and Stokes. We're going back through the riders now. Poplar out of the US, Dutchy, and Ross, who we have seen better from before, and Hunt bringing up the rear. There may have been some problems with the event module routing this event, but we can only call what we see. So back on the incline, and the lead group is thinning somewhat. Plummer, Burns, Rowbottom, Davies, New, Greco, and Matthews has caught back up. So I wonder if he had a little technical issue there, but Matthews is yo-yoing and now he's off the back again. This is James New, who can see the lead group some 7 seconds up the road, back to Greco and Matthews. As we move forward slightly, lead group still rolling on, still working together. We see how difficult it is, especially on the flat course. Once you go off the back of a group, the pace is high, so it's very difficult to get back on. You've really got to work as hard as you possibly can to stay with the group where possible. as we're seeing New and Greco ride together. Poplar, who looks like a member of the Zwift Academy, and back to ride leader Davies in the lead group. So he takes a little drink and we see him come out to the U-turn. It is Davies, Plummer, Rowbottom, Burns, Mead all together. Matthews is so close, still 5 seconds back. He's riding this race alone. We'll see if that will tell come the finish time. As we're just now seeing a little gap prize open. This is Plummer and Rowbottom we're seeing open up 2 seconds to Davies and Burns. And back to Mead. So we'll see now. This could be the definitive split, Plummer and Rowbottom. And if they work together and don't look around too much, they could take this all the way to the finish. So at this stage, 5 seconds back to Davies. This is him now, and another 4 back to Burns. So Burns was a member of the lead group, and he's just being passed now by Mead as I speak. This is looking over the shoulder to Plummer. So on the road, it's Plummer, Rowbottom. Now Mead to Davies and Burns. Rowbottom and Plummer working together, and they look to be extending that lead at this stage. 15 seconds back to Davies and Matthews, who've come together. This is Davies and Matthews now. A couple of other riders on course, but if Davies and Matthews work together, they're in 3rd and 4th on the road currently. 10 seconds back to Mead, a few seconds back to Burns. So I'd be surprised if the podium comes from anyone other than those riders. Overhead now, great shot of Rowbottom and Plummer. As the incline increases, we can see up to 5% or so. But this is Plummer and Rowbottom, and Matthews, who we saw attack so early, is now only a second back. He's made an almighty effort, has Matthews. And I wonder, can he just come onto this lead group here? It looks like he's going to do that. He's doing that right now. So Plummer, Rowbottom and Matthews are your lead 3. The podium, I dare say, on the road together. Fantastic effort from Matthews to come back. He was aggressive early, went off the front, came back, struggled somewhat. He's worked hard and they're in the top 3. As they turn for home at the top of the mall, it looks to be Matthews leading out Plummer and Rowbottom, the 3 of them. It's a 3-up sprint. It looks like Plummer's going to be the first to accelerate. There he goes. Anthony Plummer doing well. He looks like he's still got a couple 100 metres to go. Rowbottom is into the orange watts per kilo. That means 8 watts per kilo. Here comes Rowbottom over his shoulder. You can see him working hard. But it's going to be Plummer who holds it across the line from Rowbottom and Matthews, who surely must be the most combative of the day. This is Mead. And then Davies, who still can't crack a podium despite being in charge of everyone's handicaps. And back to Poplar after that, who's ridden a great first event. We hope to see her back again. And back to Burns, who requested some airtime after a spectacular blow-up from the lead group. Well, you've got it, Josh. A significant fall from grace. Back to Greco, just rounding onto the top of the mall. And James New after that. Stokes has run into some problems, as has Ross, normally very strong competitors, and Dutchy and Hunt. So I think we've had some problems with the Zwift app there, losing a few riders, but we hope everyone's had a great ride again tonight. So as we watch via these great pictures the last few riders come home, we'll recap tonight's results. Anthony Plummer first, Rowbottom second. I believe that's 2 seconds from 2 events for Rowbottom. Matthews in a fantastically aggressive ride, third. Mead, who's been with us only a short time, a great ride for 4th. Davies 5th. Poplar 6th. Burns 7th after taking a sniper's bullet and just falling away from contention, to Greco, Dutchy, also Stokes, Ross and Hunt. As I said earlier, guys, I think we've got a great race format here. I think we've really got something to offer. We really appreciate your continued attendance and support. We know you'll let all your other Zwift riders know about it. We're hearing a lot of positive feedback and we welcome that. We'd love you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you never miss a video. Tell all your friends about it. And we'll see you for the next Big Ring Handicap event right here on Zwift.